Blackburn Rovers returned to action over in the Championship, and of course, standing in their way was, of course, a difficult opponent. That was Swansea, and you've got to go back all the way past 10, 11 years since Blackburn Rovers last won on the opening day of the season. But guess what? Not anymore. That's right, folks, back once again with another match review, looking back at Blackburn Rovers' first match of the brand new squeaky clean season, the 2021-2022 season, as of course we took on Swansea at Ewood Park, and of course we opened up with a win, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been, boys? Smash your subscribe and get your bang out today with all things Blackburn Rovers related, La Rocca related, world football related. We're going to know here under one Rooski. That's right, of course, the Rovers got themselves moving in the right direction. We made history today, as of course we got themselves moving in the right bloody direction, of course, covering, getting the big fat win, that's right, over a tricky opponent that was Swansea. But realistically, were Blackburn Rovers that good, or were Swansea that bad? We'll hope to answer that question for you in just a second. Of course, a big shout out to the VIPs. They are the Patreons. Thank you for your loving. But anyway, let's get the deep in the show. Of course, take a look back at the match. Of course, 2-1 win in the end for Blackburn Rovers at Ewood Park, and of course, a lot of question marks around Blackburn Rovers starting 11 today, first of the season. No Armstrong, not even in the bench, not even in Ewood Park, probably not even in the country. He's probably on his way down, I don't know, somewhere else. But anyway, it doesn't really matter, because it's a brand new squeaky clean era for Rovers. Of course, Gallagher leading the charge, Brererton also in a mixed. To be fair, it should have been 2 goals for Brererton, because the first one, a beautiful ball by Buckley to Brererton's feet. Keeper just parried it. And he parried it past Brererton, but of course Gallagher was there to clean up the bits and got himself his first goal of the season. So 1-0 it was for Rovers heading into half-time. Of course, we kept our heads, we kept our cool, come out the blocks, and Tyrese bloody Dolan. In fact, the forward 3 today were pretty exceptional, considering we've never won an opening day for 11 years. Tyrese Dolan brought down in the box, and of course up stepped Brererton. Of course, no Adam Armstrong to take penalties anymore, and of course a Diaz converted from the penalty spot to give the 2 front men, the most expensive strike force we've had in a long time. Of course, Gallagher for 5 million, Brererton for 7 million, but they're both on the score sheet. 2-0 it was. It could have been much more than that, to be fair, but Swansea made me sweat a little bit, a lot of Rovers sweat. Of course, get themselves right back in the thick of things on the 52nd minute. Jamie Patterson scoring on the debut. Monster picker for him, of course. He caused problems all over the place. Wherever he goes, he does score goals, and he scored a goal for Swansea to make it very, very interesting. 2-1 it was, that's right. But Rovers held on deep, and we could have had more. Rothwell had a lovely through ball. Put it on a plate for Brererton, but Diaz, should I say, hit the woodwork. Tyrese Dolan had a chance in the first half as well. We had quite a few multiple chances. So all in all, not too shabby. And when you look at the stats, we'll get to that in just a second. In fact, let's get there now. You have a look at the shots. Total shots for Rovers 21. So that's a fantastic start. Possession though, less than 30% for Rovers. We when we had that ball, we took our chances, and of course we did all right for ourselves. Of course, quick look at the lineups here. I haven't got my lineups here. Kaminsky between the sticks. We have Pickering at left back. They give him a 6.3. I think it's a bit harsh on them. 7.4 for Ayala. He was a talisman in defence. And when you've got him, and when he plays, and of course when you keep him fit, he's a bit of a Rolls Royce defender. Today, he showed his quality. Led him with a 6.5 according to WhoScored.com. And I am on the right hand side. Buckley, phenomenal first half anyway. 6.7 for Travis in midfield. Rothwell also with a 7. Of course, we've got to keep him keen while we have him. Diaz with a 7.6, Dolan with a 7.1, Gallagher with a 7.6. 2 of those guys battling for man of the match honours. Of course, as for Swansea, they're bender between sticks, Cabango, Bennett and Lenton Wonder at the back there, with Norton, Patterson, Grimes and Bidwell. Smith, Cullen and Lowe caused some problems as well. We'll elaborate on the stats in a little bit. Got a better graphic for you for that. In fact, let's get into it right here right now. So this is the total statistics right here right now. We've already looked at the 29% possession compared to the 71% possession for Swansea. Of course, bossed it in that department. We had 21 shots compared to their 7. 10 of them on target, pretty good. 9 off target, not too bad there, more than 50%. 2 of them were blocked. As for Swansea, there's 7 for the day. 4 of them on target, 1 of them were blocked. Corners 7-5 in favour of Rovers, 11 fouls as well to the 2. We did hit the woodwork once. We had big chances, 6 of them. We had 6 big chances, 4 of them were missed, 2 were converted, of course, in the back of the net. Just 218 passes for Rovers, 571 for Swansea, and some other bits and pieces, dribbles as well. 58% were for all that bits and pieces. Let's take a look at the first half stats where I think we were the better side. 11 shots compared to their 3. Again, possession pretty much even, Steve, or as it was at the end there, 30 to 70%. Big chances in the second half, in the first half, 3, and 2 of them were missed, of course. As for the second half, a little bit less possession as Swansea tried to chase the game, but of course we held on top. They had more corners in the second half as well, but ultimately we held on firm for the 3 points. Let's take a little look at the shot grid then, shall we? This, of course, orange represents Blackburn Rovers. As you see here, 10 shots on the day, 9 off target, Woodwork 1. What else do we have on here? Loss of possession. We lost it 15 times compared to the 18. We were very good in defence, I thought, today. Clinical. There was a bit of ropiness, but of course that happens in the games. And again, if we can keep Lennon and Ayala fit, we have an established, decent, experienced centre-back pair in there. And of course, hopefully Hayden Carter, Scotty Wharton will add to that, and maybe we'll get another loanee in at the back there. Mowbray's looking to bring in 5 loanees at the minimum, and then of course maybe some other transfers if we get the green light with the Adam Armstrong fee as well. This is of course Swansea's things. As you look at the heat maps, this is of course Rovers' sporadic touches. We were just quick on the counter. It was counter-attacking football at its very best today. Swansea of course trying to be a bit patient with the build-up, but ultimately didn't fly today. And again, it is a new sort of regime for Swansea under a new managerialship. Yeah, so far so good for Rovers. Fantastic start. We'll elaborate on that in a minute. So let's take a look at what's been said on social media then, shall we? Of course, we got Linz Lewis said, my heart could burst for Gallagher. Far too emotional. Mike Delap Diaz says, now where was I? Yes, Diaz. Tom Scofield said, very good performance. That could and should have been more. Rich Sharp, of course, the journalist. With Swansea, like several teams at the start of last season, played into Rovers' hands by incessantly trying to pass out for the back. The only difference from the big wins of last season was the finishing. A host of chances, 20 shots at goal, only 2 goals to show for it. Hopefully we can improve on that moving forward. Chris Martin was on the score sheet somewhere else today. Blackburn Rovers won a game on the opening day of the season. I repeat, Blackburn Rovers won a game on the opening day. I need to lie down. I'm not used to this either. Meanwhile, Ben the Boss Jackson said, who saw that coming? Can't believe it. It is Christmas. What a win. Do we need Armstrong? I think not. Up the Rovers. Rob, aka Schmogger, said, should have been 10. Indeed, it should have been 10. Adam Southseeker said, get in there, get in the more, lads. Fantastic start to the season. Love the energy. Up the Rovers. Solsters Inc. said, well, didn't expect that. We're slow starters, and with the club trying to tighten the belt, a tough season in store. That's a great 3 points to boost the confidence on and off the pitch. Chip Lee Acid said, great result. Very happy to see us hold on to lead and try to put the game to bed after. Well done, boys. Flamborough Window said, one of the most entertaining opening games of the season I can remember. Robson Green, not that one, but another one. He said, wow, what a performance. Butterworth looked class. Just hope we get a big money for Adam Armstrong. Ian Herbert there at the ground. Of course, we're going to name drop him there. Of course, Eric Blue Monster said, post-match Tigger, bounce, missed that feeling. Hashtag Rovers, hashtag indeed. So not a bad start for Rovers. How's that compared with the rest of the championship? Let's have a look at it, shall we? Of course, yesterday it all kicked off with a 4-goal Bobby Dazzler, 2-2 Bournemouth and West Brom. Nothing can be settled there. Of course, Derby off the field dramas with them 1-1 draw against Huddersfield. Of course, the game of the day was at Ewood Park 2-1 win. However, some other stinking results here. Luton Town, fantastic start, 3-0 win against Peterborough. Bristol City 1, Blackpool 1, good away point for Blackpool. Cardiff 1, Barnsley 1, good start for the new manager over at Barnsley. Stoke 3-2 win. They also don't win on opening day, and of course they reset the blocks right here with a 3-2 win over Reading. QPR 1-1 over Millwall. Preston probably got the result of the day on the other side, should I say Hull with the result with a 4-1 win, and that 4-1 win will send them top of the pops, so we'll have a look at that in a minute. Sheffield United against Birmingham later on today, Fulham against Middlesbrough tomorrow, and Coventry against Nottingham Forest to wrap up the first match week. Of course, there are some Canada Cup matches this week. We'll talk about that in a minute. This is the table as it stands. Of course, Hull and Luton going up as it stands. Of course, Stoke, Rovers, West Brom and Bournemouth make the playoffs. Opening day, we're already 3 points clear of the likes of Preston, who are down the bottom there. Swansea got it all to do next week. And speaking of next week, this is the situation we've got. Rovers go to Millwall. It's a winnable game. Of course, they are. Peterborough against Derby. That's on the early kickoff on Saturday. We have Reading against Preston as well. Birmingham, Stoke, Barnsley, Coventry, Hull, QPR. Hopefully Hull will get off to continue their fantastic start. Middlesbrough there against Bristol City. Blackpool against Cardiff. West Brom against Luton. Huddersfield against Fulham. And of course Nottingham Forest against Bournemouth. And then of course late kickoff. Swansea after it all to do against Sheffield United. But so far so good for Rovers. We don't do this. We absolutely don't do this win on opening day. And we've done it today. Of course, moving forward on the channel, we're going to hopefully cover the Canada Cup midweek. So hopefully we'll have a preview for that and maybe even a watch along as well. If you haven't checked out the watch alongs, make sure you do so. But until then, give the video some love and smash the thumbs up. Smash your subscribe. I'll see you soon for the next one. Rovers win on opening day. Put that in your diary. It doesn't happen. Of course, but we've reset the clocks and hopefully we'll kick on forward against Millwall next weekend. But until then, give the video some love and I'll see you soon for the next one. Until then, I'm done.